Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be doing mock draft 2.0, and I think I'm gonna do one this week, one on Monday, and then I might do one every day closer to, or if we have any, material changes, basically. And that's what basically is the big deal here. Is we have a big material change. Obviously not with number one. Spurs obviously take Victor Wembanyama. I mean, there's nothing to even think about here. I believe that I think he's minus like 10,000, sorry, 10 million or something stupid on books. You have to bet $10 million to win 100, win $100. So to win a dollar, you got to win 100, bet 100 grand and win a dollar. I think there's much better ways to make money than that. But it is a sure thing. It's basically like betting on the sun to go tomorrow. So whatever. Hornets on the clock. Now everything is said they're taking Brandon Miller at two. I personally don't know what they're doing with that. So many teams would take Scoot. You can probably find a way to go down and get a similar type player to Brandon Miller. But again, probably one of the best scorers in this draft. But Scoot is a generational athlete, generational talent, and I'm just shocked that that's going on. Now people would say, look at the team needs. It's low here for Mr. Scoot Henderson, but there's a reason why, and that's because of Damian Lillard. But if you look at this tab here, this is what I have going through. He said he would not join the Heat if they won a championship. This gets him close. And the Heat go, look, this guy takes us to a new level. Bring in Damian Lillard. You get rid of Kyle Lowry, who's basically an expiring deal, 30 million, kind of make the salaries work. You also give them Tyler Hero, right? You didn't need him on this run anyway. And obviously he's a hell of a player, but you need some sort of major return for Damian Lillard. I guess I've been off on that according to Twitter. Everyone's like, they're giving up. I'm giving up too much when I give up. Be like, hey, it's Jaylen Brown and three picks. And I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, Damian Lillard is a 30-point a game scorer, shoots from half court. Guy's unbelievable. You give him Caleb Martin, Nikola Jovic for a little bit of, upside potentially. Caleb Martin, they have a billion role players to Heat. I don't know if they do this. They don't even need to give a Caleb Martin. I just rather overpay than underpay. And then pick 18 and two future firsts. I just think that makes way too much sense. And this is going to help take them to the next level. And it's everything they need, right? An extra scorer, a guy that's a huge difference maker, pick and roll with Bam, let Jimmy get some freedom. And, Damian Lillard is the type where he would fit into Heat culture 100%. He's always like stone cold killer. He's never laughing, never having fun. He's never taking it like lightly. He would hate to leave the Blazers, but to leave for the Heat, win a championship, and not join like a super team. By no mean are the Heat the super team. I would say the Heat are the most far from a super team out of almost any team that's competitive in that won a playoff series, right? Let's be honest. Maybe the Knicks too, but you know what I'm saying. Um, and I think the Heat make way more sense to him than the Nets or any of the other teams because he'll be in a similar situation as he is in Portland. So putting him with the Heat, I mean, you can look at this roster now. It'll be Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Duncan can play, re-signing Kevin Love, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus. I mean, that's your main guys. I even think you could probably keep Caleb Martin. We're gonna do that. We'll keep Caleb Martin. So there's your trade here. And then your starting lineup is gonna be what? Damian Lillard, Caleb Martin, or Damian Lillard, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Caleb Martin, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, boom. And then, off the bench, you got Duncan and either Caleb or Gabe Vincent. That team's sick. And by that point, you'll get a few guys. I mean, you can look at these free agents here, some of these cheaper guys. We can see who makes some sense. Guys will take smaller deals to come on down. Yeah, like Malik Beasley, Harrison Barnes, Karis LeVert, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart. Josh Hart would be so Heat culture, but a lot of these guys here are super cheap. Josh Richardson type guys, where they just come into the Heat, they spawn, and they're unbelievable. I said this up here because I was just making sure that he's not a free agent this season. But yeah, perfect expiring deal, help make the salaries make sense. And yeah, that's why the Blazers take Scoot Henderson. They could take Scoot and still have Lillard, but I think this makes even more sense. Even more sense. Everything points to amen Going number four. I'm not a big fan of the TikTok brothers, but I understand. I mean, this dude's 6'7", 200 pounds. Unbelievable versatility. He can play 1, 2, 3. I mean, he can play a four, maybe. He's a little bit skinny for the four, can put some weight on, but yeah. Um, Yesterday I made a video on what the Pistons need to do at five. I will do this until I die, hopefully. Hopefully, hopefully he gets picked. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, Cam Whitmore to the Pistons. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Now, there's another guy on here that people like a lot, Mr. Grady Dick. And it'd be really funny if he paired with this guy right here, his last name and the other last name. That's all I'll say. Nothing more. That's just the funny thing on Twitter right now. That being said, I think Anthony Black goes here. He's been flying up boards, and I think he'll continue to fly up board. He's a good combo guard. They need point guard help big time out there, and I think that every button gets checked there. I now have Jarace Walker going to the Pacers here. Help them out with their big guys down low. Him and Miles Turner, unbelievable duo front court defense, and I think that makes it probably the best in the league. I would say probably defensive wise, and with Tyrese Halliburton, Bennett Mathurin, you're already cooking up front. I don't think that the point guard need is as high as this website says. Now for the Wizards here, I'm gonna go with Asur Thompson. I think he plays more of the three than the two, but I think he's a big help here addressing what they need big time. And I think that he helps out, especially if Kyle Kuzma walks. You need another wing, and that could be addressed right there. Jazz need a center or a point guard. Problem is there isn't really any point guards, but I think they take Jalen Hood-Schifino. Big fan of Mr. Hood-Schifino. Really good at Indiana, and he's 6'5", 200, big point guard. That's exactly what you need. Mavericks. So here's the thing with the Mavericks. I think it really depends if they're legitimately going to try to get what's his name or not. LeBron. If they're legit trying to get LeBron, then the whole pick changes, right? That it's like, okay, we don't actually need, Derek Lively as much. We can go another shooter. La, da, da. I think you go another shooter regardless because you never have too many of those. But I'm going to go with Taylor Hendricks because he can play small ball center if needed. He's an athletic freak. I have a video coming about him, I believe, probably Thursday, if not sooner. But I think that he's an absolute can't miss guy, and I think that he's going to be super successful in the league. Orlando Magic. This is where Grady Dick goes. They add two super young backcourts, guys. They make the funny pairing with Jalen Suggs and Grady Dick. Do with that what you will. And I think his ability to shoot is kind of slept on. He's not a big talked about freshman. It seems like this freshman class isn't really talked about a ton. The college kids, that is. Because I'm looking here. You got Brandon Miller. Obviously, he was talked about, but not for good reasons. Cam Whitmore. Didn't hear much about, to be completely honest. And obviously I would because I'm a Villanova fan, but like you got to go out of your way to see these guys because you had the TikTok twins, Scoot and Wembanyama out of your top 5 prospects. One would think that those are 4 of them, and 4 of them didn't even play in college. So the college kids not talked about a lot. Not talked about a lot. Now we look at the the Thunder. They just have such a wild roster. I mean, look at this roster, dude. What are we doing here? I think they go Derek Lively. I think I did this last time too. They just need a center. They have a lot of these cute centers. He's a legit traditional center. They'll block your shots, go crazy. What even were his stats? These are pretty nuts stats. Yeah, 4 blocks a game. That's all you need. Raptors are probably going to lose some of their backcourt. So we're going to go with Carson Wallace here. This is probably the lowest I'd see him. He's an absolute junkyard dog, total good player. Reminds me a bit of he's got Pat Bev tendencies on defense, so I think that could be something big there. And then we have Nick Smith going to the Pelicans to round it out. I mean, I wanted to go Kobe Buffkin, but he's not even a point guard, so I don't know what this is saying he's a point guard for. But Nick Smith is the final pick here. in the lottery. Point guard, Arkansas makes a lot of sense in my book. But here is your lineup here. Brandon Miller at 2. These two are getting locked in here. I think Scoot is locked in. It's the team he goes to isn't locked in because the Blazers have another big decision. Seems like every offseason they have a decision to make. Do we go all in? Do we not? Do we stay the course? Do we keep Lillard? Because you got a generational talent, and you're either wasting his prime with all these young kids or something else, or you're trying to go one last push, let Lillard put up crazy stats next year and the year after, and let these other kids grow with them. But I think he'd be best case scenario would be to get out of it and surround him with a bunch of young pieces and have him go down to Miami. Get him as far away from Portland as physically possible, all the way across. But yeah, that's what I have for this. Came Wentworth 5, Pistons. Let's go. Let me know down below who you want your team to draft, whether or not you have a team that's drafting up here. Some of you are lucky and actually have competent organizations with playoff teams, but that's all I got for now. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.